My trip to India started by joining the fellow members of the charity known as the Jeevan Jyothi Children's Trust, or JJCT. When we arrived in Hyderabad, it was dark, and we had our first experience of an Indian crowd. Soon it was quieter, watching the traffic from our hotel bedroom window. Once outside, we were quickly immersed in the seeming chaos.
Well, that's right. And that's the same anywhere, really.
Yeah. Sunday.
However, in due course we arrived for a tourist visit at the 16th century Golconda Fort.
I think he's poos.
Boiling water, many things to go, but hot water from proper. And this wall has built a curtain. So this wall actually. No, come. No, anybody stand there? This is one of the very small mosque.
Leaving there, we just had to stop and buy one when we came across a shop advertising Jersey ice cream. But soon our luggage was being loaded onto our transport. Many bags were containing gifts for the school which we supported and were going to visit. Once we set off, we discovered what Indian life was like in the monsoon season. During a short pit stop, we were able to watch life pass by. We even used the time to buy more refreshments. And no one seemed to be camera shy here. After a very long drive, we arrived at the school, where the children had been allowed to stay up to greet us.
Go to sleep.
By the time we retired, we found that our bedroom had a little more comfort than the children had. In the morning, we were greeted by a welcome sign, smiling children, and evidence that the brightly coloured new playground equipment we had provided was indeed a success. Two older girls continued bravely with a welcoming song, but it was lost on their fellow classmates. Outside, the daily chores continued. And our group was still causing great excitement. However, we soon left the children so that we could see the progress of the clinic, which we had also provided. Terry, our local project leader, showed us around.
Yes.
Once back with the children, it was time to join them in some craft work.
I'll go and get you some more sellotape. It's on the shelf there, sir. I'll go and get some more sellotape.
That's it.
The teachers were hopefully happy to see their pupils so well occupied. Phil and Myrtle, our main trustees, renewed old friendships. Then we were off to the nearby town. Here we queued for the bank and we queued for shops. And in due course we enjoyed some refreshments in a local cafe.
Yeah, 4 odd days ago. Still asleep? Yeah.
Oh,
my goodness.
Tricycle rickshaws appeared to be the prevailing mode of transport. So instead of walking, we took a ride home. That evening was the religious festival of Diwali, and the children thoroughly enjoyed the fireworks that we bought for them. The individual sparklers were a special treat. Next morning the holiday had to end, and we were impressed by the normal school routine. All classes were held seated on the ground, but these older children at least had proper books for their work. The younger children were writing on slates. Their teacher had to stand by a window to mark the work. Lunch was also served at ground level, but the children were fed a nourishing meal. That afternoon, we were off to the nearby town of Bapatla. And here there was a chance for the men to experience a proper old-fashioned shave. It seemed that this unfortunate young boy did not have an opportunity for schooling. And we had arrived at the time of a farmers' union demonstration. The rain was now back, so we took the opportunity of having a quiet rest period. Next morning was a normal school day for the children. But we went to visit the nearby village, which had also been helped by our charity. The first point of interest was the hanging swing the villagers had rigged up, which had to be tried out, of course.
I'm not quite sure why.
It seemed the water supply was no longer working as it should do. Back at the school, the children were enjoying some bicycles that had just been bought, which involved a lot of sharing and helping, of course. Plus there were further toys to distribute, so that each child had some of their own. Eventually, after all the excitement, it was bedtime again. Next day, I was unfortunately unable to film due to a stomach upset. However, everyone else went off in an excited crowd for the treat of a day at the seaside. By the time I was filming again, I had joined another group on a Golden Triangle tour, and we were with our tour leader, Sher Singh, visiting sites in Delhi. The following morning, after a 5 a.m. train journey, we had arrived at Agra and the iconic Taj Mahal. Something everyone does here is to have their photo taken, whether it is as a large group, or as a small group, or just solo. Agra is also famous for the Red Fort, which was our next stop. It seemed there was still plenty of work going on here.
And some part of Uttar Pradesh as well, which is the 40 kilometers far from here. We will see tomorrow another red buildings. Once that place was the capital of Mughal Emperor. We are going tomorrow to see the Fatehpur Sikri. So this was for Hindu Queen. That was the temple, and that is the other part of the palace. So the ladies, the royal ladies, they could see the programs. So they could see outside, but nobody could not see them inside. The people who they are performing, they could not see them inside because of the veil system. So walk around here, have a nice view, and you see
After our visit to the fort, we were travelling again to see a marble workshop, where we admired the painstaking work of the craftsmen.
These are here the white marble tabletops. They painted red ochre. That glue they make themselves. So with the help of that glue, the stones are inlaid inside the cavity of the marble, and then they grind it and give the polish.
Next day, we were in Fatehpur Sikri, viewing the buildings of Akbar the Great's 16th century capital.
1526. And then he defeated another powerful Rajput king named Maharana Sanga nearby here. Official symbol of the Hindu, swastika. You can see this perfume bottle. Date nuts, date palm, dates. And then you can see the peacock, post office. The hollow range of the world.
We moved on to the courtyard of the nearby mosque, which accommodated a very lively bazaar.
And this gate of victory, 176 feet, is the highest gate in Asia.
A visit here is obviously popular with school children. At the lunch stop, we had a display of the dancing of Rajasthan, which was demonstrated here as a family enterprise. However, we soon moved on to the Keolandeo National Park.
July, August, May, June.
Although our first sighting was of a snake, this park is famed as a bird-watching paradise.
When they come out from the water to dry their, you see the bill?
Yeah.
That's open. So here the water is very quite deep. We have lots of fish here, but they cannot feed because it's too deep. Almost 1 meter deep water here, 1.5 meters. So they go outside from the park in a small pond where they can feed in.
Yes.
Black leg. That is also resident bird here.
That's also going to have a little fly up. Oh, I see. We've got his son again.
Black neck is not a big bird, just grown behind the tree. That's a quite endangered species. We have only 70 pairs in India.
That evening, we had the unforgettable experience of an Indian train journey. Eventually, we arrived at our destination with a ceremonial greeting at our next hotel. Then we were up at sunrise for a safari drive. These footprints were what we were really looking for, and excitement mounted in hopes of seeing one of the park's tigers. However, the elusive creature stubbornly remained behind the camouflaging grass. Still, we pressed on, admiring such other creatures as we spotted. And even at the lunch break there was plenty to be seen.
Yeah, go just take it. I can see what you want. Huh? Just go. Just go.
Finally, we arrived back at the hotel, where a local camel gave us a foretaste of our next adventure. This was to be a day at the biblical event of the Pushcart Camel Fair, which I have covered in a separate film. We then moved on to a lovely hotel in Jaipur, which was beautifully decorated throughout. Here we were entertained by more Rajasthan dancers. Outside we found a puppet show and streets which were thronged with noise and activity. Daytime brought out the many snake charmers. But the visual highlight was the Palace of the Winds, where royal maidens were able to see without being seen, as the lattice screen hid them from prying male eyes. Our next stop was the fabulously decorated city palace, built in 1727. From the upper floors of the nearby Amber Palace, we could view the outside world as the royal ladies used to do. This gave us a glimpse of the local elephant sanctuary, so we followed the crowd to see more.
Only 600 rupees is cost price, not this. Okay, tell me.
Although the elephants appeared well cared for, they were used as a tourist attraction and suffered a hard and unnatural life, which we shamefully participated in. Next stop was in Nawalgarh. Here rich merchants had built beautifully decorated mansions known as havelis, with fine painted frescoes.
There's a big door, and in the big door there is a small door because of the security. So they occasionally open the big door on a marriage ceremony or other ceremonies. Otherwise they use only the small door. From that door only one person could come inside. Only one woman or the man could come inside. They could not come together, 2 or 3, because for the security.
This building now houses a school. From there, we joined the hustle and bustle of Indian street life. last visit was to a village of craftspeople, where we could see a little of the village lifestyle.
Government is giving this facility where the parents can be aware, they can send their children to school. So,
Wow.
tea or smoking things like a beading. So this is for welcome. Everybody who is coming at home, we ask for the water, tea and the smoking. So this is the welcome thing.
Here we were fascinated to see how the whole family were involved in the complete cycle of pottery making.
Those pots and a small pot of the water. स्कूल नहीं जाता है? कौन सी क्लास में पढ़ता है?
साथी में
ये पढ़ता है क्या? He has learned from his father. So this. So the village people cannot buy all these pictures, the pots. So they take these things to the city. They sell that, but not very expensive. एक छोटा वाला बना देना है.
the girls haven't and the one in purple hasn't.
Then they put them on fire like that place. So some of the pots, कीमत क्या होती है? 15 रुपए 10 रुपए.
कच्ची दो जी कच्ची दो जी
Of course, household tasks still had to continue as the finished pots carried on piling up. Oh, that is nice. Thank you. At the end of the day, we had another lovely meal before returning for a final day in Delhi.